And now, another episode of Crit Camp Gaming.
Hello everyone, happy Monday. We are back with Arkham Horror LCG. It is episode 6 of our fan-made scenario, Alice in Wonderland, where we're playing our draft decks. It's scenario 6, Sibling Rivalry. Oh, thank you so much for the resub, Yemen, right off the bat. I will do your spin in a bit. But it is going to be an interesting night because, well, spoilers, if you haven't watched the last video, and I apologize, we're a little late posting it. It got posted today on YouTube. But Matt will be debuting a brand new investigator today. So we shall see how he does. Matt will talk a little bit more about his new investigator when we switch over to the gameplay screen. But it should be a very interesting night of Arkham. I'm not exactly sure how well we're going to do. We could surprise ourselves. It could be completely fine. Yeah. You know, you just never know.
I believe that's possible.
See, there you go. Listen, Matt drafted a backpack, and we're feeling pretty good about it. But before we dive into the Arkham talk, Matt, how was your week? What have you been playing? What have you been interested in? What's going on? We were talking a little bit about Kirakin before stream. We don't have to go into that again. We did that last week. But what have you been up to, Matt?
What have I been up to? Is gameplay wise, playing a little bit more Exceed. Did an Ashes draft. For those of you who know what that is. Yesterday, Dylan and I decided to pull back out the this horror game Visage that I kickstarted 17 and a half years ago. That came out, like a year and a half ago or whatever. No, maybe it was only 6 months ago.
Okay,
12 months ago. But we started this game. This was the third time we started it, because the first time we did it in alpha, it had to be reset. The second time we started with some people, and then for various reasons the save file wasn't accessible. And so this is the third time we played it. And this game was the first couple chapters were long. So we were we just got to make it through.
Okay,
we found out you do the chapters in any order. So after we played through one of the ones we already played through, we started another one. And it's awesome, man. It's a cool horror game. It's weird. It's different. It's a lot less about holding your hand and a lot more about you exploring the spooky place that has these random scary events that happen based upon your sanity level. So you never are exactly sure what's going to happen each time.
Okay.
A few things that are consistent, some that aren't. So it's cool. Yeah.
That's cool. Wait, what's the name of this game?
Visage.
Visage. Okay. I don't know this game. Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So if you're a fan of horror games, and first person horror games, check it out. It's weird. It's dark. It's pretty heavy, pretty visceral. So definitely not for everybody. But yeah, it's cool.
That's not for me. I don't do the scary. I try not to do the scary. It's funny because it's I will actively avoid scary games, yet Chris will convince me to play scary games on stream with him sometimes. And that will be the only time I play scary games.
Yeah. Dylan, I found out, I thought Dylan and I were about the same level of horror reaction, but this dude picked up the controller yesterday. We were handing back and forth, and man, that guy cannot handle some things. And I was just walk, man, just go. And he's there's big slappies in the hall, dude. I know there's big slappies. And I'm the only reason there's big slappies out there is because you're staying so long in the room still. So it was real funny, man.
Okay, yeah, no, that's me. That's me. So when I play scary games with Chris, I'm the one that's don't go in there, don't go in there. He's we have to go in there. I'm like I don't know. Are we prepared to go in there? He's just he's we're not going to be any more prepared to go in there if we wait.
Yeah, right. That's horror games.
Yeah. And I'm I don't know. I don't think I'm mentally prepared.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's sweet. That's sweet. And thinking on the thing, talking about mentally preparedness, man. I'm sorry, everybody, that I didn't stream other than last Monday with Matt. I had to cancel 2 streams because life has been like sort of kicking me in the butt a little bit. Work has like just, it's I feel like my freelance gigs have like gotten real busy. It's like and I'm also trying to like get a new roof on my house, do some house stuff, and trying to coordinate contractors and all that stuff. And it's been raining like every other day, so you can't do work when it's rain. I'm trying to secure lumber, and it's like impossible to get wood these days, and it's like 3 times more expensive because of COVID and everything, and labor shortage and material shortage and all this other stuff, supply chain BS. It's just been a very stressful week. So I apologize for not streaming. And I will have to say that I will not be streaming tomorrow with Chris again because of all of this stuff that's happening in my life right now. I want to, I just can't. But I will be streaming with Chris on Thursday, and we hope to crack packs and finally open our first Dark Tidings decks for Keyforge. So that's the schedule going forward. Sorry I haven't been streaming, or we've been sort of lacking in content lately. But we hope to spin that back up as we sort of get used to the new normal. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like I have this feeling that like people think like COVID is over, and and everything's like trying to spin back up fast and be like, yeah, we all can. It's like the way how fast our lives were before COVID. It's just like we can just go right up to speed again, right? Like we're gonna spin up that fast. Like 0 to 60 again. It's just like, I don't know. I've gotten pretty used to a very lax life and schedule. I can't move that quickly anymore. So there's been an adjustment for me, particularly in the last couple of weeks, to like get myself back up to speed. So it's been rough, but hopefully it'll get a little bit better. And hopefully I'll have a roof on a new roof over my house in the next couple of weeks, and then I don't have to worry about water leaks and stuff, and that's great. That's right. I mean, it's like one of like the first things that like we humans want, like shelter. Yeah. They teach you that. They actually teach you that in Valheim. You can't even do anything without making a thatched roof. I know this. See, if I didn't play Valheim, I never would have learned that lesson. No.
That's the only place you can find it.
Right. It's amazing. What up, Manadork in the chat? And Dragon Cat says, I hear that. Yep. All right, cool. So is there anything you want to talk about, Matt, before we jump into the gameplay here?
Bear with me, guys. I mean, remember, this is a brand new deck.
Yep.
Haven't tested it yet. It is far from the first choice I would have picked to pair with Marie Lambeau. So I can't guarantee you it will fire on all cylinders, but I feel like it's going to be funny, hopefully, for everyone involved.
I mean, these are the kinds of situations that I find really fun. This is like particularly why I like Sealed. This is why I like Draft. Because sometimes you think it's going to be terrible, and it actually like you turn things around, and then that's super exciting for me when you're like, look how well it's doing for such a crap thing. So actually, let me switch to the game screen here. I'm going to put a little ambient audio going on, and let me just zoom in quickly on Matt's player area. Matt, just give us a quick primer on Finn before we talk about the scenario itself.
Okay. So Finn was one of the investigators that came out originally and was released in the, I guess, 4th block, like the 3rd full campaign, Forgotten Age.
Okay.
And that was the campaign where they really wanted to try to like make evade a thing. Because before that, everyone was kind of like, especially in both Dunwich and Carcosa, they're like, it's just better to have a mind stat and foot stats weak. It doesn't mean anything. So they made that a thing. So with Finn, they had a clue gatherer who also is really good at evading, and they made it so that, straight up get a free evade every turn, which is super useful. A bunch of cards that synergize with that, and so that's his deal. The huge downside is he has 1 willpower. So that's maybe okay in the Forgotten Age. In every other campaign, 1 willpower is going to really, really, really suck. Right. So get ready for that to be a huge hamstring, especially if we see like a Frozen in Fear.
Yep. That's the one that you always think about, Frozen in Fear. Yep.
It's so bad. Hopefully most of the stuff with mind tests, Marie can babysit me on. If they're like to sit on me. But otherwise, this dude is really awesome. There are some really, really cool cards. But right now, the two of us are Good at getting clue. I got a bunch of weapons because like we need them, but
Yep.
I'm not great at using them. So yeah, that's Finn in a nutshell.
Yeah.
My deck more or less is a hodgepodge of some damage, with a few cards to help me gather clue better. But it was like trying to find something to replace the fact that my guy whose job it was to do damage, he's gone now, and so I have to try to figure it out with this new dude.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to tune in to the end of the last episode, just to refresh your memory, something happened. Something very bad happened to oh my God, what's his name? Willie Yorick. Yeah. Oh, alas, poor Yorick. Something happened in the woods, and then Finn just stumbled out of some pub somewhere in Wonderland. Was like, hey, where are you going? Like, I'll just join you. I have this rope. And I was like,
Should have
okay,
created
great.
some backstory.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that for next time.
Right. He was like, maybe he was just chilling, drinking some strange refreshments somewhere, and then decided to pop in. I'm not sure. Like rode on the back of a griffin. Who knows?
Right, Wonderland.
But yeah, so if you remember, William Yorick was a survivor that Matt was playing before, and was sort of built to be our fighter, and I was built to be a clue gatherer. And so when Matt randomly got Finn to draft a deck, we were like, this is going to be hilarious because Finn again is a clue gatherer mostly. And so yeah, Matt was picking up all of these weapons. I think he has like 9 or 11 hand slots of stuff. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to be mulliganing hard for a weapon myself or some damage. To hopefully, do a little bit better. I think I'm going to have to do a lot more fighting than I had been in previous scenarios. So it should be a good time to see how these two get on this scenario. And I want to say thank you for the follow, CodePoet85. All right. So we were talking a little bit about the previous scenario. I'm going to do a really quick summary of what that was. It was called the Wild Snark Chase. And what had happened was... we stumbled into this like dense, thick forest. We didn't know, we couldn't even like trailblaze through it because the paths were overgrown and all this stuff. We ended up meeting with a bunch of people who started with a B. I think it was like a bellman and a baker and a butcher and all that kind of stuff. We said we were bodyguards so we could hang out with them. They said, let's hunt this snark, but beware of the boojum. And we were like, yeah, whatever. And then basically we just got slammed hard in the forest, like jabberwockies and like weird cat things, and we barely moved into different locations, and we were just getting hammered, and it was just rough. And we hit a bunch of Banes, Wonderland Banes. It wasn't a great time in the forest. Matt got lost in the forest, and basically he lost his mind and he got lost in the forest. And then I had to take a physical and a mental trauma just to escape. And so that's where we were. And then we met up with Humpty Dumpty after, and we said, F you, we've just had a really bad time in the forest. We don't want to help you. He fell off the wall, cracked his head, and now he's another Bane for us in the encounter deck. And then Matt, and then Marie met up with Finn. And so basically that's where it's at. If you want to get more details on that, watch our VOD to get more details. It was a really fun scenario, regardless of how it ended. I thought it was pretty cool. It was just a shame how the dice fell for us, because we didn't get to see a whole lot of it, and it seemed like that was going to be a pretty cool scenario. So.
Agreed.
So there you go. So if you get interested in it, yeah, this is I think Manadork is asking, is this on TTS? It is on TTS. It's a fan main campaign. Yeah, so if we were going to do it again, there's the replayability. We didn't even see that whole scenario. Awesome. Should we do the thing that we always forget? Should we do our hands first, and then we'll talk about story?
Yep, sounds good to me.
All right, let's shuffle it up. Again, everybody, I'm going to be mulliganing hard for a weapon or a doggo. All right, so bye-bye, Dormouse. Oh, I got an Abyssal Tome. That's okay. But no Delve Deep, no Whinging It. I'm going to keep the emergency cache, but I want some more things. Okay. Well, I got the Empower Self Fist, which is kind of sucks for me, but at least something that I could like use with the Abyssal Tome.
I actually got so I didn't get the initial weapon, but I got smuggled goods, which will help me find a weapon, and I got backpack.
You got the backpack, dude.
Find a weapon. So I mulliganed to second lockpicks away, as well as I don't remember something else. Hatchet Man, Gregory Gree. So Gregory Gree sucks, but maybe he won't suck, and I'll be wrong. But he's probably gonna suck.
No, it's I don't know. I'm really excited to see Hatchet Man in play. Like, I don't think it's gonna do much, but we'll see. And then your boy Gregory Gree. I think it's like your only ally, so at least you get some soak.
Sure is.
But yeah, look at everybody. I have 1 physical trauma and 3 mental trauma, so I'm starting at 5 and 5. It's not a happy time.
So,
all right, so let's go up to the story. Sorry to zoom around, everybody. Don't want to get anybody motion sick there. All right, scenario 2E, Sibling Rivalry. The places in Wonderland where the fields and trees meet tend to spark the greatest suspicion in you. The illusion of safety in the wide plains makes the darkened forest look all the more sinister. Shadows flit around every fallen log and bed of moss, making each step forward a nervous one. Where will Garothnika's hungry minions strike from this time? As if to answer your question, a pair of dark claws extend from a rotted stump, but before you can beat them back, a shaking sound echoes from within the woods and the shadows retreat. Curiosity strikes you at the swift result, and you head a little deeper into the woods to find the source of the noise. Even after what you've seen in Wonderland, the sight that greets you seems far-fetched. 2 rotund figures of indeterminate age stand in a clearing, fighting back and forth over a small object. It takes a moment of observation before it occurs to you that the 2 look exactly like Tweedledum and Tweedledee from the old nursery rhyme. They're currently tussling with each other over a toy rattle, which you quickly identify as the source of the strange noise from before. You look to the edges of the clearing and confirm that each wild shake of the rattle causes the creeping shadows to shrink away. Strange as it seems, it may help your mission to get that rattle. You step closer to the 2 and try to interject, but the twins look to you indignantly. It's rude to interrupt, Tweedledee snaps at you with a sneer. Contrariwise, it's polite to say nothing at all, Tweedledum chimes in. They ignore your attempts at reasoning and bargaining as they return to their tug-of-war. It's my rattle, and I shan't let you take it. Tweedledum grunts at his brother. You've had your fun. It's my turn now, Tweedledee spits back. The 2 pull on the rattle until a wooden crack echoes out, and each collapses back with half of it. You broke it, Tweedledum cries out, but though his brother shakes his head and sneers, didn't. The pair storm off before you can intervene or mediate, shouting threats of war at each other. You sigh in irritation. At first, you consider just snatching the pieces of the rattle away from them, but your plan is quickly stifled by the sudden appearance of 2 massive armies of figures. 1 battalion is made of living playing cards and the other of living chess pieces, each siding with one of the Tweedles, who are busy strapping household objects to themselves for protection. The Cheshire Cat appears between you with the same telltale grin, but a roll of his eyes. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have the battle. Surely you know the rest. It purrs as the combatants take places across a small wooded valley from each other. Once again, you've been caught up in the nonsense of Wonderland's strange citizens. If at all possible, you've got to get your hands on that rattle. All right. And then we got to do the setup, which we have done.
We're done. We're good. And we start here on the overgrown dell. And then, of course, we have the agenda and act to read.
All right. So Agenda 1A has a 3 doom threshold, brother against brother. Acting on the Tweedle's orders, the cards and chess pieces clash with each other on every available point in the small wooded valley. At the rate this battle is escalating, the soldiers might actually kill one of the Tweedles before you can get to the rattle. Forced, when a card enemy is defeated, place 1 damage token on the scenario card from the token bank. When a chess enemy is defeated, place 1 horror token on the scenario card from the token bank. So 3 doom threshold. And now Act 1A, thinning the ranks. To end the pointless war between Tweedledum and Tweedledee and get that rattle, you're going to have to be creative, especially if you don't want to kill just one of them. If you don't want to just kill one of them. Unfortunately, the massive amounts of cards and chess pieces recruited by the Tweedles are bogging down any plans you've devised. Objective: if there are no enemies in play, advance. There is an enemy in play at the start. It's this card guard Hearts. He's over here on the northwest slope. 3/2/3, force after card guard Hearts attacks you. Choose and discard a card from your hand with at least one mind icon. If you cannot, you take a damage. Yeah.
So the other thing that's interesting is our resign condition, if you will, on this is that both Tweedledee and Tweedledum have an ability that, like, if we're there, we can just deal 3 damage to them. And then it says that if it's defeated by damage, go to R2. So we can choose to run over and pop either of them off at any point. I'm assuming, since that's so easy to do, that that's probably not the right thing to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, the fact that like you just have to walk over there and spend an action makes me feel like that's just a trick. That's a red herring.
Right. And if you look at the other thing each of them have, if there's this much horror on Tweedledee or this much horror on Tweedledum, we can flip them and put them in the victory display. So that seems good.
That seems really good.
We don't know how to even do that yet. So
yeah.
I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I guess lastly, we're starting in the middle of this area. And this map has some weird movement, guys. Like, you move around the edges from the middle to each hill, either the east or west hill. And then when you're on the hills, you can jump directly back down to the middle. The 4 slopes that exist in the square shape can all connect to the 2 next to them orthogonally. But otherwise, yeah, there's some interesting movement here.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I couldn't. It's funny because I couldn't wrap my head around it right away when all this spawned, and then Matt was like, you have to think about it as climbing the hill from the valley and then sliding down the hill. Yeah, so there you go. And then let's look at this standard Chaos Bag card down here. Just want to look really quick. Skulls are -1, -3 instead if there are at least 2 total tokens on the scenario card. Then Cultists and the Tablet -2 or -4 instead if there are not an equal number of damage and horror on tokens on the scenario card. So we are incentivized to keep things balanced with damage and horror on the scenario card. And then -2 for the Elder Thing. If you fail, place a damage token and a horror token on the scenario card. So that's like really bad to escalate.
That
things.
tells me we want to keep that low too, because I would have just assumed we can kill as many cards and chess pieces as we want, but seeing that, it's like you probably don't want a ton.
You don't want to do it, yeah. You kind of like, yeah. I was like, maybe Finn's great at this one because he can evade a bunch of people.
Yeah. We'll have to kill everything at least one time to get that first activate. So like that's going to be kind of the trick, is maybe do that as fast as possible and then
see where that takes us. Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I guess we can see what happens on the other side of the Overgrown Dell, and hopefully we drew some good hands.
All right, cool. So the Overgrown Dell, fallen logs, entangling weeds, collected the bottom of the small valley. This doesn't seem to deter cards and chess pieces marching down from opposing hills. I'm going to flip this. 3 Shroud, 2 Clue. Action: if there are at least 4 total tokens on the scenario card, you test Mind or Book 4. If you succeed in your campaign log, under Fragments of Alice, record Reason. The card and chess soldiers clash around you, obeying the orders of the twins. If only you could convince them to give up this ridiculous duel. I must mention that in the last scenario, we missed a fragment of Alice. I think it was called Courage. That's the only one that we've missed thus far.
Yep. Hopefully we'll be able to get this one. This one doesn't seem too bad.
No.
But so here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna just play Smuggle Goods first. If I hit a weapon, then great. If I don't, then I can decide if I want to play Backpack. If I somehow whip on weapons again, then I'm just gonna play Lockpicks.
Dude, I like it.
You want me to just like see how that goes?
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I'm gonna pretty much do a setup turn as well. I'm gonna put my tarot card out because that's what happens. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well then, I will first action with Finn here play Smuggle Goods. This is Finn's special card. So there have to be no ready enemies at my location. Either search my discard pile or the top 9 cards of my deck for an illicit card and draw it. And then shuffle my deck after I search it. So I'm going to group these, put these down.
Yeah, I dig Smuggled Goods. It's such a cool card.
It is cool.
All right,
I did
the
find at
Mauser
least the Mauser.
or lockpicks.
Looks like we're gonna go with Mauser so that I have a weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. That was also a good reminder of what was in your deck. And everybody, if you do !Arkham decks in chat, you can see links to both of our decks on ArkhamDB.
So then the question becomes, do I play out the Mauser? Yeah, I play out the Mauser.
You shuffle this back in your deck, don't you?
Oh yeah, I sure do. I sure do. This is the first time like I've ever played that with Finn. I wasn't willing to play Finn before, so
Nice.
I was thinking of just saying search my deck, but yeah, that's great. Okay. Then I think I just play this so that we have a weapon.
I like it.
Not great, but it's something.
Yeah.
And I think then I'm gonna get a buck.
Yeah, get $1. That
Yeah.
way you can like
Okay.
have options of what you're gonna play. All right. My tower card is out already. I am going to play Emergency Cash for $3. Why can't I see my hand? There it is. I'm gonna play an Abyssal Tome for $2. Get that going, so I can fight as well. And then I'm gonna play an Arcane Studies for $0.
Okay.
And that is my setup turn.
Right. I forgot, Abyssal Tome, you can fight with it without putting Doom on it for just 1 damage.
Yeah, baby.
Cool.
And then once I get my Empower Self out too, I'll get another +2 fist. And then I'll be fighting at a 5, which is pretty great.
No. Oh yeah, you may use. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you could use it. Well, no. Yeah, okay, that is weird.
Oh wait,
Right,
no,
okay.
that doesn't work. Sorry.
Well, no, it says may. So you actually can fight with your fist for like the first attack while Empower Self is like ready.
Oh right.
And then,
And then
other
switch
ones
it.
can use your mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's cool. Okay. Well, then I guess we're on enemy phase, right?
Yep. Is this Hunter or no?
No, he
it's
just
not.
sits there. So upkeep.
Upkeep. What up, Volps?
I didn't shuffle my deck and immediately redrew Smuggled Goods, so I'm going to try that again.
Okay.
Faustian Bargain.
Nice. All right,
Okay.
we're gonna go up to Doom, 1 of 3. And we're gonna do bad cards. Is the encounter deck shuffled?
It is.
All right. First bad card of the scenario. Here we go. Exchange Sacrifice, Chess Scheme. Put Exchange Sacrifice into play next to the agenda. After a chess enemy is defeated or discarded, the investigator that defeated the discarded enemy takes 1 damage or loses $2. Then discard it. That's annoying.
Okay, so
And
we
I'm
don't
gonna,
have any chess yet.
I'm gonna make a copy of that, so that's down there too.
Okay. I drew a red pawn. 2/1/2, so we have our first chess piece out. And he gains Surge, the first red pawn drawn each mythic space. He pops out on me and surges.
Damn.
If there are no soldier enemies in play, there are. It gains Surge. But otherwise, attach it to a soldier enemy in play. It gets +1 fight, +1 weight, +2 health. Gains the elite trait.
Holy crap, dude. This guy just got real hard to kill.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I can put it onto either one of them.
Oh.
A soldier. So this guy's not. They're both. This guy's less bad with it. Unfortunately, it's peril, so I have to make a choice here. Hold on.
Yep. And I can't help you. Yep.
I have to put it on this guy because I don't think that we have the guns to handle the other guy.
Yep.
And we need to handle this ASAP.
So this is actually a 3/3/3.
He is a 3/3/3 with elite.
Okay.
No, a 3/3/4.
3/3/4. Yeah. Damn. Okay. All right, we're up.
Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I should go first. I need to try to evade this thing, even though it's really hard to evade now. I get my free evade. If I succeed with Hatchet Man, that'll make him take an extra damage, meaning that I could one-shot him with my gun. You don't have anything to help me, do you?
I
mean,
can't
you
pitch. I can't pitch anything to you.
I wouldn't think so. Um, okay. Oh boy. This.
Volp says you can't kill Matt off this early in the night. I know.
I'd be really sad about that. So if I evade this dude successfully, it's basically like doing a damage to him. So maybe I pitch my pack into it and I go +2.
Okay. Yeah. I feel you on that.
Super thrilled about it, but that makes me a 6 against
a 6 to a 4. Yeah, you're up 2.
Oh damn! I really, really, really need to land this next shot though. But here we go. I'm up 2.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
action number 2.
At least that was a free action. No, that was.
That was a free. Yeah, that's right. Everybody, he said he has a free action each turn, which he can only be used to evade.
Okay. First draw is a tentacle, huh? I guess I just keep. +1/+1 to this attack. You see right here. So I'm going to have to exhaust this. So I'm only able to hit this thing once now.
Yeah. And you're a 4 to a 3. You'll be up 1.
I guess that's what I do. He doesn't have retaliate. So this is what I do. I'm up 1.
Okay.
That's so good.
That's 2 damage, right?
Because that will let me either ready this or gain a resource. And I will definitely ready it so that I can potentially shoot with it again.
Oh my god, that's right, yeah.
No, if I succeed by 2 or more, either ready or gain 1. Yeah, so I ready it. So I shoot a second time.
Yep.
Well, here's hoping.
Yep.
Fail.
All right, fail.
One
more action.
No. Yeah, 1 more. Okay. Do I try to evade this or do I try to attack it? I guess I should try to evade it. Because if I do, then you can shoot it freely on me with less risk.
Yeah.
I'll try to evade it. I am 4 to a 4 fail.
You fail. Okay.
Okay. If you can kill this thing, it's real big. I mean, I could pitch Gregory Gree to give you a book on your tome. He only has 1 life left.
Well, I have 4 cups out, and I can pump my stuff with arcane studies. So.
Okay.
So if I can exhaust it and fight, I'm going to use Mind, because I'm a 5 to a 3. And then I can pump it as well.
Okay. Yeah, because the only pump I have is Faustian Bargain, and I feel like I should use that for us.
Yeah. And do I pump it too, just to make sure that we kill him? I have enough money for it. -4.
Red is pretty important.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so first action, I'm going to exhaust this. I'm going to use Mind instead of Fist. I'm not going to put a Doom on it, because I don't need to do 2 damage. And my Mind is 4, plus the 4 cups is 5. I'm going to spend $2 with Arcane Studies to make that a 7 to a 3, right?
Yes.
Here we go. And that is a -1.
And yeah, this doesn't have a downside for drawing skull.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay.
So he's dead.
That's great. So he dies, and then I need to put something on the scenario card, I believe, because a chess piece died.
Yeah, and also I killed the chess thing, right? So
Yeah,
after a
that's what I'm
chess enemy is defeated or discarded, the investigator that defeated the discarded enemy takes 1 damage or loses $2. I'm going to lose $2. And then discard this.
And so this is going to go here.
Okay.
Now, I'll put him down here on this one because this one's going to be right in front of us.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. And then I have 2 more actions. Where are we now? That's a 3 shroud location up here. Do I play my Empower Self to get that online, or do I just start trying to investigate at a 4 to a 3?
Well, honestly, you might be better at fighting enemies right now than me. So I think getting your power self online,
Yeah.
especially because if you use this during the witching hour,
Yeah.
which would be next turn, you might be able to you can one shot this.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think get yourself
Yo,
online
dude,
and
let's
I'll
do
play
that.
lockpicks for
I'm gonna play second action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get emergency cash, and then I'm gonna use that $3 to play Empower Self, and then get this fist thing into play.
Like that.
Cool. That's me.
Okay. All right. So then enemy phase nothing.
Nothing.
Upkeep.
Sweet.
Crystalizer of Dreams. Okay.
Okay. Picked up a ward, a pleb ward of protection. We're gonna go up 2 of 3 on the Doom and bad cards. I'm going to get a contested area. Attach contested area to your location. When an enemy would spawn at or enter the location, place 1 Doom on that enemy. Action, test, book or fist 4. If you succeed, discard it.
Okay. Gaining ground. Resolve whichever is true. If there's more damage on Tweedledum than Tweedledee, do a thing. There's not. If there's more damage on Tweedledee than Tweedledum, do a thing. If not, if there's an equal amount of damage on both, put a damage and horror on the scenario card, then take 1 and 1.
Holy crap.
Okay, so this goes to 2. This goes to 1. And I take 1 and 1. And that's what I do.
Wow. So we are incentivized to keep things equal, but then when we keep things equal, things like that.
It's not great.
Oof. All right.
Okay. Well.
And so now skulls are officially bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my question for you. This will come down to if you want to go first or not. I can either go before you and Faustine bargain us both, so that way you can have some money for pump, but then there'll be 2 curses in the deck. Or I can let you go before any curses are in the deck, and you can head up there and fight him without the curses, but with less money.
I would rather go first and fight him with less money.
Okay. Well then, yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I'm gonna do my first action. I'm gonna move up to this guy through this one way over here. Northwest slope. The path up the north side of Tweedledum's Hill is packed with cards all clamoring to get down the Central Valley. You may not be able to get back down the way you came. 3 Shroud, 2 Clue, force at the end of the round, heal 1 damage from each card enemy at this location. The card guards form into orderly ranks to prepare for their march down the slopes. Interesting. All right, so I moved in here, so this guy jumps on me. Oh, keeps trying to put it in my hand. Okay. Second action will be to fight him. He is a 3. I'm gonna exhaust. Oh, I have to exhaust it when I fight. I'm gonna choose my mind stat because that's still best stat. So it's 5 to a 3 right now. I can place
and add a doom to it because I can do.
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna add a doom to this to do an additional skill and additional damage. So I'm a 6 to a 3, doing 2 damage. I'm gonna pump 1. So I'm a 7 to a 3, just to guarantee it.
I like that.
All right, cool. So I do 2 damage to him. So he is dead. We add
is that your last action?
Something.
We add a
damage token.
Even. And so we're gonna advance the act immediately. Was that your last action?
No, that was I have 1 more action left.
So then you'll have 1 action left then after we advance the act.
Yeah. Okay, so we are advancing the act, everybody, because there's no enemies in play. So we are going to flip this and read it. Act 1B, need to know basis. The twins' armies are almost as evenly matched as they are themselves. Each soldier of theirs that you cut down swings the balance in the battle in favor of the other. However, with fewer soldiers blocking your movements, you can focus on figuring out how to bring an end to the battle. And Act 2A has a 6 threshold. Scare tactics. As the battle drags on, the shadows initially banished by the battle have begun to creep back towards the valley. You think on the childish personalities of the Tweedles and their old nursery rhyme, and you wonder if you can somehow focus the shadows to scare them out of their duel. Only the investigators at the overgrown dell may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. So that's our starting location. So we have to spend 6 clues at the starting location to advance.
Okay. I think. Well, you have 1 action left. What do you want to do with it?
I'm probably going to scoop a clue. There's nothing else for me to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to. I'm a 4 to a 3. I don't really want to spend $1 for this. So I think we're just going to do 4 to a 3. Investigate. -2, so I fail.
Okay. Situation, I don't think I'm going to play Faustine Bargain, which means I'm not going to play Crystalizer of Dreams. Crystalizer of Dreams would put a weakness in my deck, but I don't want to play Crystallizer of Dreams until I'm ready to play an event, because the way the Crystallizer works is I attach an event I played face down to it, and then I can pitch that event for icons.
Okay. Yeah, and you'd rather be a good pitch.
Yeah, be a good pitch. Well, I mean, I'll take any pitch, but right now I don't need the money. But what I will do, though, is there are 2 great tests here for me to do in addition to getting clues. So no matter what, I'm playing lockpicks, because lockpicks can really only be used once per turn, and I want to take advantage of that. So that's action 1, play lockpicks, and I'm going to be doing that.
Yep.
So action 2, I think, is going to be to use lockpicks. So it's strat of 3. I am an 8 against a 3, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do succeed, so I grab a clue.
Yep.
And the last action I have is a tough question here. Both of these I'm like even on them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I kind of want to draw a card. I'm going to draw a card.
Okay. Oh, cool.
That actually is fantastic.
That's great for you.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Crystalizer, exactly. So this is one of those moments where I do want to get it online.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. So enemy phase, we don't have any.
Yep. So upkeep.
Upkeep.
All right. I picked up my friend, the
Another great
Dormouse. And then we tick the Doom over, and now we have 4 of 3 because I put 1 on my old tome. So all the Doom will clear, and we'll go to the next agenda. Is there really only one agenda? Agenda 1B, Tit for Tat. With the slight shifting of the flow of combat, one of the soldiers gets an opportunity to storm the opposing hill and attack Dismayed Twin on it. Count the damage and hard tokens on the scenario card and resolve the following. If there are more damage tokens, nope. If there are more hard tokens, nope. Otherwise, deal 1 damage to either Tweedledum or Tweedledee. Choose one and play. If no resolution was reached to this effect, remove all tokens with the scenario card, then flip its agenda back to its A side.
Resolution was reached through this effect. Okay, so no resolution was reached, meaning that later we're going to have to do a resolution through it, it sounds like.
Oh, I see.
So basically, pick who to damage. Who do we want to put damage on? Who do you think is an uglier little bastard? Dumb or D?
Oh, D, dude.
Okay. Totally down to that. Let's slap D. It's gross little face. Yeah. Okay, so we clear this. This is another one of those scenarios where you drawing Baron Samedi is going to be real bad.
Yeah. It's like every single scenario is basically bad for Baron.
Yeah. This campaign is not good. I think the last mission was the only one where it would have been okay. All right.
Let's do bad cards.
Yep.
All right. I got a Humpty Dumpty with a surge. Put Humpty Dumpty into play next to the agenda deck. When a tablet is revealed, it's really a thing.
Sucks.
Okay. And then that has surge, right? So here we go.
Yes.
All right. We got Red Knight. 3/4 Hunter. After Red Knight attacks, you lose 1 resource. 2 resources instead if Red Knight moved to your location before attacking. Okay. And Code Poet 85 is asking, do you remove the tokens off the scenario card when the agenda advanced?
You do not.
You do not. Okay.
Do not remove them. So it's going to keep getting worse and worse for some purpose. I mean, I'm saying worse and worse. I don't know. What I can tell you right now is our skull tokens are now -3s. So that's something we
And
immediately have to deal with.
oh yeah, the other one's good still.
Which is balanced,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so what are you doing on your turn? Because you have the Red Knight. Obviously, you can.
And I can't water protection this Red Knight, right? No.
Sorry, let me draw my bad card. Here you go. That'll help you feel better.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that helps. I flipped your cat. Misdeal. Test foot 1. This card is difficult to increase by 1 for every 2 card enemies in the encounter discard pile. I think there's only 1 card enemy.
There should be only
right?
one. There should be one of each or something, right?
I believe so. Yeah, only 1 card enemy. Okay, so this is just it's a 1 foot. If you fail, discard 2 cards in your hand. Okay, so I'm up 3 right now. I'm comfortable with that.
Yep. That's a -2.
-2. Okay, phew. I thought that was. I thought
it was a
tablet,
tablet one, dude.
All right. So then that is that. So that's not so bad. All right. So then back to what I was saying. Like with your dude, obviously you can tome him and one-shot him.
Yep.
But then we have a Doom. The other options are like I would have to come up and deal with him, which I can do. I could do.
Yeah. Losing the turn stinks, but I almost would rather.
That's what I mean. Is like me coming up and dealing with him. You wouldn't lose your turn. You'd have it.
Right.
So here, okay. Let's just do that.
Okay.
Let's just do that, right? I think this is the right choice. I'm like 1. Crap, I wish you could do like 1 to him, but not lose your whole turn doing 1 to him. So I think I just have to go. Are we okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 to play Crystallizer of Dreams, which is going to shuffle a Guardian of the Crystallizer into my deck.
Okay.
Second action. Yeah, maybe I do it this way. For now. Second action, move up here.
Yep.
I can either shoot him on you and attempt to kill him in 1 shot, but doing so will mean that I'm only a 4 against his 3.
I could pitch you this Dormouse and give you a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not really. He's so pricey to play, and he's not that great.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that then. So I will attempt to pop him with this, and that will make me a 4, 5, 6
to a 3.
3. Not amazing, but survey says
-1.
-1.
Got him. So
exhaust
you
this,
you succeeded by 2.
I'll gain a buff.
All right.
All right, man. Your go.
Dude, I like.
Oh, and that actually puts the damage onto the scenario card.
Yes, that's true.
Because that was a card enemy.
Okay. Should I try to scoop Clue here? That's what we need to scoop Clue, right? Just to get back to the Everdell, or the Everdale,
right.
the Overgrown Dell.
The Everdale, yeah.
All right, that's a Shroud 3 up there. I wish I had more stuff to be online with investigation stuff, but I am a 4 to a 3. I'm gonna pump 1, so I'm a 5 to a 3 at least.
Okay. I can always Faustian Bargain this.
Okay. That's a mega fail.
I can pitch Greg to you for like 1 point too. I don't mind that.
You can pitch what? Greg
for one book. if you'd like.
I'm going to investigate again. I'll spend a buck. So I'm a 5 to a 3 again.
Yep.
That is.
Got it.
I got it. Cool. I get a clue. Let's get a clue off of this. Sweet. And I guess do I just scoop another clue?
I mean, I can throw Gregory at you for this last one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. This will make you +2.
Okay. So yeah, I'll spend a buck. So.
Oh, you don't need to spend a buck, right? That'll put you +2 if I.
Oh
pitch
yeah.
Gregory to you.
Sorry. Yeah. 5 to a 3. Star. +1. You may add 1 doom or remove 1 doom from a card you control. Well, I don't have anything, so there you go. But I got that other clue. So thank you. I cleared that. Feels good. That's my turn.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm trying to just get these tokens actually accidentally spawned. Sorry. Okay, so then
No enemies.
No enemies. We got 2 clue.
All right, so we got
Not bad.
upkeep. All right, man. I am good. Yeah, I am like straight up fighter right now because I just picked up shriveling.
Hell yeah. Why can't I drop this in the chat? I'm just deleting it. All right. That's good. That's good right now because I'm in a good position to get some clues too.
All right, cool. So then let's put the doom on 1 of 3. Let's do some bad cards. Surge Peril. Choose a player who does not. Okay, you take the cat.
Pass anything by 1, did you?
What?
You didn't pass any tests by 1, did you?
No, I evened out.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Okay. I'll take cat.
All right, now I have
Sucks.
the surge. And I got another contested area. So.
Okay.
Lunge is contested.
So we might be able to like ignore these and just like not put dudes there. We just need to leave.
We need to leave the locations, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then my bad card is a dude.
Okay.
Which actually doesn't matter right now because even though he comes out with a doom on him, we're at like the witching hour anyway.
Yep.
You know? Okay.
All right, cool.
Gotcha. Alrighty, well. Let's see here. So I think we should like check for like something special on the hill, maybe like a BP. I don't know if it matters the order we go in unless you want me to I think I want to Faustian bargain you some money for pump.
Yeah, I'll take it if you're gonna give me some money.
Let me go first then.
Okay.
This is gonna suck with the cat on me, but let me go first and see how this works out.
Okay.
So, action 1 is going to be a free evade.
Yep.
From my ability, I'm going to play this card, which is a normal evade, but it generates me $2.
Yep.
Then, let me see the order this works in, right? So this is immediately going to get tucked under my Crystallizer.
As additional cost to play this, wait, hold on. After you play an event, attach it face down instead of discarding it. Got it.
So I believe I can immediately pitch it for +2 icons.
After you play an event, attach a face down to the Crystallizer instead of discarding it. Attach events may be committed. I guess, yeah, the way it reads, I think you can just pitch it right away.
Because the very first step is playing it. That generates the evade, so it gets attached. And now I can pitch it.
Yeah.
So that puts me at a 6 to a 3.
Yep.
Here's hoping that I don't have the cat be bad.
So 5 to a 3.
Bad.
Yeah. So you were up by 2. Yo, what up, Slimpy? Says good luck. I remember this one was annoying. Awesome.
They've been changed some, Slimpy. They've been like tweaked a little, and it's actually really nice.
Wait, Slimpy says you can't. They don't go to the discard until it resolves.
Okay. Well, then that means that my -1 was. I mean, I was still going to do it no matter what because it's a free evade. So what was the math then on it?
You were
a
4 to a 3, and then you got -1, so 3 to a 3, right?
So I still do succeed because I'm not +1 because of cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so that still works. Okay. Again, I was going to take the free evade no matter what. because why not? Action 2 is going to be to Faustian Bargain.
Okay.
I'm going to add 2 curses to the bag. Pop, pop. I will give you $4, and I'll take 1.
Really? You're giving me $4. All right.
All I have is the 1/2 cost
I
card
like
in
it.
my hand.
Yo, Chris in chat
and
says
this
get him
round's
Slimpy.
Yeah. Don't you encourage him.
Yep.
So 1 action left,
Yep.
right? I think what I'm gonna do is,
You want to check this out?
I guess I'll scout out the hill for us.
Okay.
I'll scout the hill for us. So Tweedledum stands atop this hill, looking angrily out across the valley towards his brother with his arms folded.
Yep. Classic.
Okay, so Victory 1. Test Mind or Book 3 to convince one of the Tweedledum's playing cards to abandon the fight. If you succeed, place a damage token on the scenario card. If you fail, take 1 damage instead. So
this is how we get rid of the card. We still have to get the consequence of it, but instead of fighting it.
No. It's not. It doesn't actually get rid of them. I can see the confusion. It doesn't actually say you discard 1 and play. It's like you get rid of one of the other ones.
Oh. So we can actually
I was
look through
thinking
the
it
deck
was-
and choose like a really bad one to abandon?
No. It's hypothetical, right? There's a lot more cards and chess pieces on the field than just what we're seeing. This is letting us basically balance out this.
Oh, I see.
From how I'm.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say you remove 1 from the field. And I mean, maybe that's what's intended. The way I'm reading it, the syntax does not actually say we remove 1 from the field.
No, I
maybe
think you're right, because this game is very, very clear about putting things into the discard pile or putting things in the victory display or removing it from the game. This one's just saying like, hey, like we had a chat and we put a damage token on the scenario card.
Whoa, hold on a second, Chris. I didn't house rule anything, you little butt. I played an event. To my knowledge, and then immediately went to the discard pile. No, don't you try to make it look like I make things easier. I died last mission.
Yeah, he died pretty badly last mission.
All right, so I agree with you that absolutely the way that they're usually very careful about the way it's worded. However, this is not an
This is
official-
strictly for balancing the scenario card tokens.
So, but because this is a fan-made mod, he might have intended it to be that this is how you get enemies off the field.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I think we have to play it that
but I'm gonna say
things stay
it's
on the field.
technically-
That's the harder way to play it, I think.
Yeah. I think so too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the bulk of Tweedledum's forces waits here for an opportunity to get into the fray.
Okay.
So this is a VP. So if you want to come up and scoop it, then
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, I'm
scoop
gonna come up and
Um,
scoop because I don't want to stay in this location with this dude.
Oh, that Doom does matter, doesn't it?
That Doom does matter, actually. Yeah,
I thought it.
we weren't at the witching hour. I thought we were too.
Okay, hold on. Just come here to balance out the fact we saw it after I go. I'm gonna fight this guy. Because otherwise we're gonna be in trouble.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot him. I'm sorry. So action 1 was evade. That was a free action. Then I played Faustian Bargain. So this is my second.
No,
action.
your action 1 was not an evade. It was to use sneak by.
Right, that is an evade.
Oh no, but it's not, I mean it's not your free evade.
It is my free evade. This generates, if you look at the word bold evade, that works with his ability.
Oh, okay, I see. Which can
Yeah,
only be used to evade. So you are using evade. Got it.
This is an evade. Yeah, they have said that. So, so I did that. I Faustian Bargain. So this is technically my third of 4 actions.
Yep.
My second of 2 actions. So this is the rough part. I'm only going to be a 4 against 3. Or no, oh, he's a 2.
He's a 2.
Okay, a 4 against a 2. If I hit him here, then I can coup de grace, and that will be good. If I don't hit him here, that will be bad. You don't have any way to pump me. You certainly don't want
I'm
to
not going to spend shriveling on it. I can give you word of protection if you really want it, but I'd rather not.
Oh no, I think. Well, it's the difference between us like losing a turn or not. I guess you could always finish him off with shriveling or something if I fail.
Yep.
So let's just go.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know
Cultist
what that
is
A -4.
-4.
I miss.
Okay.
So I have one action left. That action will be to, I guess in this case,
Move back. Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. It's the same thing.
Ah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to kill this guy.
Yeah, you're shriveling a one-shot him, right?
Yeah. So I have to play it and then I shrivel him. So let's play shriveling.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Boom. We're going to spend a charge on shriveling. Uses mind, so I'm a 5 to a 2. No, I'm a 8 to a 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 to a 2, and I don't want to hit a bad token here.
No, you don't.
0. Boom. Done. One shot at him.
Exploded that guy's brain. Oh, so add another damage to scenario card, so we're at 4 and 2.
Yep. It's getting pretty uneven.
Yeah.
So that's 1. That's 2. I have a last action. I guess I'm going to come up with you, so I don't hang out at this contested area.
Yeah. Well, you could go down here if you wanted to. Those are connected.
Oh, let's do that. I want to reveal this.
Okay.
Okay. Southwest slope. The path up the south side of Tweedledum's Hill is overflowing with cards rushing down the valley. You may not be able to get back the way you came. 5 shroud. 2 clue. Reaction. After a chess enemy is defeated at this location gets -3 shroud until the end of round. Group limit once per round. The chess pieces mustered here seem particularly tense. It might be easy getting them to panic. That's an interesting thing. All right, that's it.
Well, that's it. All right, so no enemies.
Yep.
We're
gonna upkeep.
Upkeep. Okay.
Did I press it? Come on. There you go.
Yeah,
Ooh, protective incantation is interesting.
Incantation right now is actually really good.
I could block.
There's only one tablet in there for the record.
Yeah, I could block. Well, okay, so I could block cultist.
Well, no, you don't. You block.
Oh, I only seal 1 token.
Seal.
Yeah.
Right, so you could take. That's what I'm saying. Is you could take tablet out.
Yeah, I can take
If you
tablet
want-
out because that's a tentacle. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Doom is 2 out of 3.
Okay.
I got bad cards. I got a dude, 4/2/2. After card guard of spades attacks you, choose and discard a card from your hand with at least a book icon if you cannot take horror. And good thing I.
Oh, he was a chess.
What?
Damn. I wish he was a chess.
I know.
piece.
We keep getting these card pieces. Okay.
I got. Oh no.
So you're gonna pump them up.
That sucks.
So he is a 5/4/4.
Yeah. Let's just put it next to
Yeah.
him because it was a stack there. 5/4/4 with elite. That's rough. Well, okay.
No,
never mind.
5/4/3 with elite.
5/4/3.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, my bad card is Weekend. Test Mind.
No,
3.
that was your bad card.
Oh yeah, that was my bad
Yeah,
card.
put
You're right.
that-
You're right.
yeah.
Show me back. Okay, so you could kill him with a combination of shriveling
and tome. Yep.
Probably worth.
Yeah, I think I have to do this. This guy's real big.
He is a real bad boy.
Okay. So, do you mind if I go first?
No, go for it. That way I can help you out if
Okay,
you beat.
cool. So, shriveling, lose a charge. I am a 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to a 5. I'm going to pump 1
Yeah.
to be a 9 to a 5.
Yeah.
-4, which is great. So we do 3 damage to him. And now we're going to tome him.
Oh yeah, wait, you should have done that in reverse order because you could have used the shriveling for free because of Marie's ability.
Why? Oh, it's the witching hour.
It's
the witching hour. Okay, I'm gonna.
So yeah, we'll just say. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. However you want to do it. I mean, you already drew. You pumped. However you want to do it, it's fine by me.
Okay. Should I not do it this way because?
Well, what token did you draw? Like, if you'd put a doom on this.
What token did I draw? I can't remember what token I drew. That's the problem.
Well, because would you have gone to the same pump, right? So basically, this would have been a 4/5. Oh, right. Well, that does make it.
Yeah. So I don't think I can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I guess you could always play like we can just go this way, and then you can protective incantation as a free action. No, that'll block one of your slots.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that. Or just redraw the tokens. Redraw the token?
Yeah, let me redraw the token. Okay, let me put this thing back. Okay, we're gonna take that back.
And get your money.
Yep.
Or how?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right. So we're gonna exhaust the tome first. Put the doom on it. So do an extra thing.
Okay.
So now I'm a 5. I'm a 5 to a 5. And do I just pump 4?
You don't have cat. The cultist is a -4, but the tablet's a tentacle either way.
Yep.
So maybe you just go +3. God, I hope I don't regret telling you that, but like, it doesn't.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
There are a few 4s in there. There's like 1, 2, 3. I think there's like 3 4s.
Okay, I'm gonna pump 4. So I'm a 9. I'm a 9 to a 5 on this test.
So yeah, so you would have still done the same thing. So we should have just kept the same token. But go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna do this. That is a -3.
Okay.
So that I succeed. So I do 2 damage on this guy. Right?
Yep.
All right, and now because of my ability, right here, if you have 1 or more doom among cards in control, you may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to play spells. I'm going to do my free shriveling here, and now I'm an 8 to a 5. I am going to pump 1, so I'm a 9 to a 5, which is perfect. And so I do crazy overkill damage on this guy, but he's dead. And we have to add 1 more to this counter.
Yeah, this is bad.
All right, and now I have 1 more action left, and no money, and I am where? I'm here. Oh, and it was a card enemy, not a stupid chess enemy. Okay.
You might want to start heading this way because we might need to do his equivalent of this, assuming it is the same thing.
Let's move. We are the southeast slope, the path of the south side of Tweedledee's Hills, practically bursting with the chess pieces, all eager to fight. You may not be able to get back the way you came. And 5 Shroud, 2 Clue, same thing. After a card enemy is defeated, location gets -3 Shroud until the end of round. And now we're only going to pick up chess pieces now.
Yeah, I know. It's going to suck. I'm so mad.
Yep.
Okay. All right. My go?
Yep.
Okay. Action 1. I'm going to lockpick 8 to a 4. I'm up 4.
Yep. Perfect.
So I do succeed. I get a clue.
All right.
Second action, I'm going to put perception into it. So I'll be a 6 to a 4. I'm up 2.
-3.
Fail.
Boo.
Man.
Well, you could have pumped something from your...
Yeah. I didn't... I should have put in Faustian Bargain.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I guess at this point now, that's too late. So I'm gonna God, drawing a card could be bad. Well, if it's an enemy, I can evade it. I
That is true. Yeah, you do have your free evade.
think I'll draw a card.
Okay. Oh, nice.
That's really good.
Cool.
All right. Done.
All right. Enemy phase, nothing. So we'll do an upkeep. All right. And we reach Doom Threshold. So I'm going to get rid of my Doom on Abyssal Tome. And then we already know what this is. If there are more damage tokens on the scenario than horror tokens, which there are, deal 1 damage to Tweedledum.
Okay. That's good. We chose then wisely.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, so this isn't so bad then. This is not so bad. We just need to get the clue.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
All right, so then we get to do bad cards. Peril. Search the encounter deck for a soldier enemy. You must either choose one, spawn that enemy at a slope location, empty if possible, with 1 doom on it. Discard that enemy and take 1 damage, 1 horror. After resolving this effect, shuffle the encounter deck. Oh, you can't help me with this. But I can spawn. When it says spawn an enemy, does that mean we can search the deck and choose one, Matt? Okay. So we might be able to choose a chess piece. I'm not that stupid location anymore.
Well, yeah, but read the first bullet point.
Spawn that enemy at a slope location, empty. Oh, empty if possible, with 1 doom. I could also just ward of protection this and take a horror. I'm going to spend. I'm gonna do ward of protection on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a horror because I don't want to lose a turn.
Right.
Okay.
So I think in that case, since you're taking the horror anyway, I would have just not played the card and not spent the $1 and just taken 1 and 1, since you're already taking 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I mean, you do have super shriveling out, which does. Oh, that makes you take 2 horror, not 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I drew Guard of Clubs. Okay, that is not a big deal because I can just evade it and leave. All right. Yeah.
Cool.
So, how much clue do we have? I should have 3, not 2, right?
Yeah, you should have 3. I have 2.
So, if I go first, I can try to get this.
We can advance, or you can jump down there and advance.
Yeah. Do you want me to do that, and then that'll help you decide what you want to do?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So then, action 1 is going to be to use my free evade on this dude. I'm a 4 to a 2. I'm up 2. I do have Bad Cat, which sucks, but this is a free action.
You can also
so
pitch something if you want to.
Yeah. Because it's Bad Kitty, sure.
Yeah.
So I'll spend those 2 foot. So it puts me at 6 to a 2. I'm up 4.
Yep, 4. Okay.
I fail because of
you
Bad
succeed exactly by 1. Yep. You fail, but now you have good
Kitty.
cat.
That sucks. Okay. Well, now I just have Bad Kitty, so I'll do my first action will be to evade this guy. My first real action.
All right, 4 to a 2.
4 to 2.
All right, evade.
Second action is to use my lockpick on this location. So I'm a 8 to a 4.
Yeah, 8 to a 4. -4. So you succeed.
And then this is, if I do not succeed by at least 2, discard lockpicks. So I do discard lockpicks, but I do get the clue.
Yep.
Last action is to move down here, but while I am here, does it say it has to be end of round? No.
No.
Oh wait, I can't spend it on my own. You have to be there.
Crap. Okay, I can make it. I can make it there.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it this turn, but the thing is that then we risk enemies coming in.
Yeah.
But actually, maybe I don't go there yet. That's the only place I can
It's the
go.
only place you can go. Otherwise, you're stuck with this card guard, which is not a big deal because you'll just evade him again. But
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do this then instead. I'm gonna play my Thompson.
okay. Dang. Okay.
Which one's?
So bye bye Mauser.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Done. So this does mean we don't evade this turn, but you could like go up here.
Yeah,
and
I'm
get
gonna go up
clue
there
or
and check it out because there's no point in me trying to investigate this area. So,
Okay.
first action will be go up here to the east hill. Tweedledee stands atop this hill, sulking with fists on his hips. All right, in a show of discontentment. Flip, 4 shroud, 2 clue, victory 1. I can parlay here with a mind or book. 3, to convince one of Tweedledee's chess pieces to abandon the fight. If you succeed, place a horror to even out the scenario. If you fail, take a horror instead. The bulk of Tweedledee's forces waits here for an opportunity to get into the fray. All right. So that's one action.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I just realized something. We're gonna have to spend our whole turn doing. I am gonna move down there.
Okay.
I'll explain why in a second. But the reasoning is that because one of us is always going to lose actions to get there, if we don't do it this way,
Oh yeah.
I may as well get here now.
Okay.
I may as well just get here now, and we'll risk the one guy coming out.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush here. You can come next turn. But I'm just saying, like, it's going to get awkward otherwise.
Okay.
So yeah, just go ahead.
All right. I've got no money. I can investigate here and then move. I'm just a 4 to a 4 here if I investigate.
Well, I mean, in that case, then if you want to just move down to me, advance it, and then figure out. Where
Yeah,
you want
I'm just
to
gonna move
next.
down because there's nothing else for me to do.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna come
okay.
down here. That's my second action. I will advance this act, so we'll dump all of our clues, and then I'll have one action left.
This seems all right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Act 2B, A Pound of Feathers. At first, it seems to be impossible to corral the shadows toward any specific part of the battlefield. However, on the sloped terrain around the battlefield, you find several fallen crow feathers that seem to draw nearby shadows toward them. You gather as many as you can and collect them in the central valley. Within minutes, darkness begins to coalesce around the bundle of feathers and expand into an enormous shape. You take several steps back and cover your ears as an unearthly cawing of an unnatural crow screams out from the growing darkness. Tweedledum and Tweedledee stop barking orders at their minions and stand in frightened awe as the shadowy crow takes shape. Put the set-aside monstrous crow into play next to the agenda deck. And then we will say Act 3A, as the crow flies. The Tweedles are already panicking, but still attempting to marshal their troops into action. With the shadowy crow bearing down on the battlefield, you have the tool you need to scare some sense into the twins. Action: if you are at the same location as Tweedledum or Tweedledee, you parlay. Test Brain or Book 4. If you succeed, place one horror on an uncontrolled story asset at your location. Okay. If Tweedle...
That's what they need.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, that's what they need to to get to the victory display. If Tweedledum, Terrified Twin, or Tweedledee, Terrified Twin are both in the victory display, advance. Oh, okay. Okay. That's how we do it, guys. That's how we get that first force thing.
Okay.
If there are 2 horror on Tweedledee, flip and move to the victory display. And if there's 2 horror on this one as well. And now this crow,
then
at the start of
this-
the enemy phase, Monstrous Crow attacks each investigator in player order regardless of location. Investigators as a group may spend 1 clue to cancel an attack made against an investigator. Ah, interesting. Okay, reaching and get hit.
Which I don't mind, but you probably do.
Does a doom get put on the crow?
He's not actually here. He's next to the agenda deck.
Oh, next to agenda deck. Got it.
I'm just putting him, making him all big so that we can. He's going to be out forever.
Got it. All right, I have one more action, huh?
Yeah, I think that with this guy here, maybe start working your way back to this dude, or do this right now. Let's just get this fragment.
I would rather get the fragment because we're here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna test Mind 4.
What it does do is it potentially increases the likelihood of an enemy coming out that could get Doom on it, but we can also just blast through those enemies too. So it's up to you.
Well, what are you gonna do on your turn? Do you want to do it on your turn?
My turn's done.
Oh, that's right.
So I mean, I could evade whatever comes out potentially and kill it, but if that thing's like an enemy, then it'll get a Doom on it.
Right. Do I want to do fragments?
You have a better chance of getting fragments because of the fact that you have pump. But you don't have,
I don't have cash right now, so I would just be a 5 to a 4 right now on the test.
Let me see how Crystallizer is worded. I could pitch you Faustian Bargain for a mind and make you +2.
Yeah, and I can pitch Protective Incantation. I'm so broke these days that I'm never gonna play this.
That'd make you +3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm down.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm +3. Here we go. Star. So boom.
Okay. All right. Let me record. Then read Under Fragments of Alice. Nice.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
I was so upset that we didn't get the last one, so I'm good. I feel good about that. All right. That's my turn.
Okay. So then at the end of the enemy phase, the enemy phase goes off. This guy readies. Yep. Then we each get swung at for 1 horror. Yep. None of us have clue to mitigate that, right? So.
No, we're just taking it. It's fine.
Okay. Then
we doom.
Upkeep.
Oh wait, no, we don't doom. We upkeep. Sorry. Upkeep. All right, now I doom. 1 of 3, and then we do bad cards. And I got a red knight. So 3, 2, 4, Hunter.
There you go.
Oh, and he gets a doom. Perfect.
Perfect. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each card enemy, just got to take it down. Okay.
Wow.
Well.
Okay.
I mean, I'm really pretty healthy right now. Yeah. I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna take this test as a 4 against a
4 against 5. A 5 on the foot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. That's an auto fail.
Yes, that's an auto fail.
That's
good.
A perfect time to get it.
Yeah, it is, because that was like the same difference. Yep. So let's clear this.
Yep.
This goes. So that means I fail by 5. So cards are damage and chess pieces are horror, right? So we have 1 chess piece, 1 card.
1 card, 1 chest.
1 and 1. Okay, 1 card, 1 chess. Not bad.
And you lose. You lose 1 buck and a card from random from your hand.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah, I missed that part too because I thought it was damage or, but it's not.
The cards in my hand aren't. None of them are gonna make or break.
Okay.
Like there's only one I really don't want to lose. That's not it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one's okay to lose.
That one's okay to lose. It was the Thompson I really don't want to lose right now because that's like my best combat. All right, so that wasn't so bad. Okay, so then what do we do here?
All right, so I'm probably gonna blast this dude.
You blasting that dude potentially can kill you.
Why?
Well, I mean, it can hurt you real bad if you empower. Or you hit shrivel token.
Yeah, but if I oh yeah, the tomb, I have to put a doom.
If he didn't have the doom on him, I'd say we just evade him, but well, okay, so if you blast him in 1 shot, then we just both move, we can try to like double, we can try to get rid of this guy like right now together as a team.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, go for it. I think that's probably the right call.
I mean, I can. I can't. Yeah, I can't afford to do it that way either.
I'm just afraid of you drawing a bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It is what it is.
I'm trying to figure out like. I can't tome because I'm basically betraying Doom for Doom.
Right, that's why it'd be me having to kill him. So I mean, I would have to equip my Thompson, shoot him, and then move, which I'm okay with. But I will be shooting him while he's on you.
Right.
And I will be a 3, 4, 5. I'll be a 5 to a 3.
And I can give you a Storm of Spirits to make you a 6 to a 3.
It's up to you, man. I mean, it will mean I can't help with this, with Tweedledee,
Yeah.
but that means I can just start heading left instead.
Yeah. I think it might be worth
Okay.
me shriveling it.
Okay.
Because I
Well,
still will
okay,
be
okay.
alive. I'll just be very close to death.
Okay. Well then, I guess go and see how that first one goes, and then we'll go
Oh
from
my
there.
gosh. Okay, yeah. Right. Shriveling charge. I'm a 5 against a 3.
No, you're like.
Oh, I mean, I'm an 8 to a 3, so I'm up 5.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
no.
Yeah.
5 XP shriveling is no
Yeah.
joke.
I'm up 5. I just can't get a bad token. 0. Boom.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, that
was huge.
That's huge.
Okay, so we
you can
also
use your
increase
last.
this to 6.
I know. You know this is gonna matter at the end.
I
too,
know.
somehow.
I know. All right, so we did that, and now
So why don't you move here? Because then next turn that means you can move and do this twice. Now I can move, and go here. Oh, well, I guess it's the same difference. I'm not going to be able to clear him this turn anyway. Okay, never mind. I'll go up here because I can evade this guy. So
I will go
Why don't
move.
you
I
just
will go
move-
move.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right, so
yeah,
I have
yeah.
to do this one first, and then reveal. Northeast slope. The path up the north side of Tweedledee's Hills, swarming with chess pieces join the battle. Blah blah blah. 3 shroud, 2 clue. At the end of the round, heal 1 damage from each chest enemy at northeast slope. Yep, and I'm gonna go over here. Last action.
So don't forget, you are going to be taking the horror from Monstrous Crow. Your other choice would be to grab.
Oh,
a clue from here.
regardless of location.
Yeah. So instead of doing this last move, you could try to grab a clue from here. But then you are here, and that means if an enemy spawns, if an enemy spawns on you when you're here, you can double parlay, because this is a parlay action,
Yep.
right? You can parlay without attacks of opportunity.
Yep.
And we can just try to win next turn. Or if you're afraid of this horror, you stay here and try to grab.
No,
a clue.
I'm gonna go. I'm
How-
going.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think this is probably actually the safest
Yep.
idea. So then here's what I'm going to do. Do I put on my gun? What kind of pump do I have? I don't have. Is this a 4? It is a 4. I just don't have great pump for this right now. So I can move,
Evade. For free.
I will. Slip away this guy.
Okay.
8 to a 2.
Yeah, 8 to a 2.
Is this wrong? Do I save this?
What, the slip away?
Well, because see, this also puts it under Crystalizer of Dreams. I can use it for this.
And the fact that this guy won't ready is really great.
Is good. Okay, I'm gonna do it. All right, so 8. I tentacle.
Great. Awesome.
Okay, so that was a free action. I guess my last action will be try to evade him normally.
That's a 4 to a 2.
I don't terribly care if I fail, so I'm just gonna go 4 to a 2.
Okay, fail.
Okay, so he'll be on me. He's gonna be hitting me for 1 physical. That doesn't
Okay.
matter. All right. Cool.
So enemy phase,
So-
you're gonna get hit for 1 physical, and then we're each gonna get hit with 1 horror.
Yep. Gotcha. So I'm at 4-3.
Okay. And now we
Oh
upkeep.
boy. This still attaches to my guardian though, actually, even though I failed at it.
Yeah, that's an event. Totally.
Okay, so I just need to rip a good card to help me pump this stat. I did rip a good card to help me pump this stat. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
2 of 3 on the Doom. And a bad card. Contested area.
Good. That's
No
good.
big deal.
I got. That's good.
Oh, red rook. All right.
But it doesn't matter if I pull off
The Tweedledum.
this part.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be really hard. I'm going to be at 1+1, which is basically a +2 with cat. Okay.
What's the parlay? It's a book or a brain 4. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I just go first to see if I can, because if I succeed at both mine, then you'll have 3 chances to succeed at yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So my first test, I'm going to use the Crystalizer of Dreams, pitch this. So I'm going to be doing a book test. I'm going to be at 5 to a 4.
5 to a 4 with
this is
good
a parlay action. It does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
And you have Finn's Trusty 38 as well. It's something you can pitch. And look what I found. So.
Okay, so if I pitch Trusty 38, that will effectively make me at a +3.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
+3.
I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
That.
Wait, hold on. If you would fail a test by exactly 1, you can flip the cat and succeed.
It effectively makes me at a +3. So I'm a 4, 5, 6 -4. The cat doesn't come into play.
Oh, I see.
Right. Okay. So then my second action, I'm gonna take a free evade on the rook. Free evade on the rook right now.
Okay.
I succeed. Third action, or I'm sorry, that was a
free evade.
A free evade. I'm gonna attempt to just parlay. Maybe I draw a card. So I'm gonna go for the card guard. Evade him also.
Okay, 4 to a 2.
Or I just kill him. Oh, I could have done it the other way around. Well, that's fine. Retaliate would have hurt me. Never mind. I'm just gonna evade him. 4 to a 2.
Yep.
Man.
-3.
-3. I can use bad cat, but good cat. I don't think I want.
Okay. You have 1 more action.
Last action, I'm just going to attempt to evade him one more time.
And you got him.
Okay, I succeed. All right. So just get 2 on yours, and then you can come over and
Yeah, I can get 2 on mine, and I can just bail.
Yeah.
So it is a mind or a book 4 test. My brain is the good one to use this on. I'm a 5 to a 4 right now. 5 to a 4. 5 to a 4.
I think if you can do 3 tests at +2.
Yeah.
That's probably good. I mean, the skulls are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and the tablets, and those are -4s. I don't know. Yeah. It's either that. Can you do 2 tests at +4?
Let's see.
What
am I? I'm +1 right now. +1.
So you'd have to get +3 twice, which
I can do 1
right?
+4 test and a 1 +2 test, or 2 +3 tests.
I think you should do 1 +2 test and see how that.
Let's
goes.
do a +2 test. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm gonna put
+2
$1 in here and see what happens.
Yeah, I like this.
So I'm a 6 to a 4.
If this goes well, that's big.
-4. Okay.
Sucks.
Okay. I'm going to do.
So now, maybe do 1 +4 test and then get like a card or something, or
6, 7, 8. Yeah.
I don't remember what your weaknesses are.
My weaknesses are overzealous.
That's really bad.
Yeah, that's the one I'm like really scared about. I'm also the one where I'm a kleptomaniac, so if I don't steal your stuff and you're all the way across the map, like I get like horror or something.
So drawing a card right now is pretty scary.
Yeah.
Maybe just take a +4 and then a +1.
6, 7, 8. No, I have to.
Or take 3 +2s.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 +2. So, I'll spend another $1. I'm +2 again. Here we go.
Okay.
Damn it. -4. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pitch Storm Spirits and be a +2 again.
Okay.
Wait, do I even really care about Blinding Light right now? No.
Well, which one's worse if you did play it?
Well, this one gives me damage. This one gives me. I'm gonna play, but I can't ever play Storm Spirits because it's expensive.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know here. Like, if you go to +3, then that does take care of the skulls.
Yeah, I'm gonna go +3. So, yeah, I'm +3. Of course, 0 there. So I did parlay once.
That's
1 out of 3.
all right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So, enemy phase. This thing pops each of us for 1 horror.
Yep, and then these things jump back on you.
Okay.
And I have to get pumped with a horror. Yeah, so I have 1 horror left. We gotta do it this turn.
Yeah.
All right. Upkeep. The Hound.
Good upkeep there.
And Doom Threshold met. There are more damage tokens, so deal 1 damage to Tweedledum.
1 damage to Tweedledum.
Is he still alive?
So I need to like get him.
Okay,
out
he's
here
still
for
alive.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bad cards.
Bad cards. And, we just have to pray. They're not too bad.
Test Mind or Foot 5 for each point failed by. Discard the top card of the counter deck for each card. Enemy take 1 damage for each chest. Take a horror. Ooh.
Kill you.
Okay, I need card enemies only. I need to do a good test here. I'm a 5 to a 5. I have to use this pump for the parlay, so...
God. If you die, we're also screwed, though.
Right. Fine, I will pump. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because you could get a couple bucks and then try it once.
Yep,
No?
I'm all right. I'm a 6. You're right. I can get $2 and then do a good test. All right, I'm a 6 to a 5.
Good luck. This is
Minus
important.
1, so I pass.
That's huge.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Okay. My bad card is a real big deal. Caterpillar. It does surge.
Oh, he's a good
get
guy.
a clue, get to draw
Yeah, he's a good
card.
person for us.
On. It's just lagging. Thank you. That really sucks. Second surge. Oh wait, that was somehow the bad caterpillar, which shouldn't be
No,
in
yeah.
there. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Here's my real surge.
Yeah. Okay.
So it stops there. I have 90 enemies on
Yeah.
it. Damn it.
All right.
What really sucks about that is I had a really cool play I could do, but not with like 15 enemies on
Okay,
me.
so if I can put a horror on this guy and put him in the victory display, then you can just go parlay and don't even care about these guys, and we can end it.
Right, assuming that I land 2 parlays. Yes.
Right. Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we have.
That's what we have to do. Okay. All right. Again, I am a 5 to a 4 with no pump. I can get $2 and then spend them to be a 7 to a 4.
Yeah, you got to take the best as you can because it's like make or break.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to get $2, spend them for pump on the parlay. I'm a 7 to a 4. I wish I was an 8 to a 4.
I do too, but it is.
It is what it is.
What?
And I can't throw anything else. So I'm a 7 to a 4. And that's a -1, and I parlay.
Okay.
Yep.
Sick. All right, so he immediately goes to the victory display. Let's see what happens. It says flip him, so maybe something good happens?
Yeah. No, it's just story. Wonderland humanoid just then flew down a monstrous crow as black as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. So, victory 2.
Okay. I'm going to have to do some interesting stuff here. The very first thing I'm going to do is attempt to parlay with this. I'm a 6 to a 4.
Yes. -4.
God damn it.
Okay.
I really, 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 really needed that.
Yep.
Or not. Like, that was very crucial. Okay, so I'm going to evade this guy first.
Yep.
I'm up 2. Fail. Second real action. Evade this guy.
Got him.
Third real action. I think I just shoot a pawn.
Yeah.
Makes me a 4 to a 2. It's the same odds of evading, and it dies if I succeed.
Yep.
I could put Reckless Assault in there. I may as well. Because then I can use... No.
You might need...
Yeah, I need one of these to die. I need one of these to die. Okay, so then I'm going to be a 4 plus
8.
4 is 8.
Yeah, up 6. -3, yeah.
Okay.
You don't...
So I can kill one of these, which puts a horror on here. Then we go to enemy phase.
And I die.
The monster spreads. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh god.
It's okay because I'll take a mental trauma, but like if you can parlay, we can still win.
Right, but you taking a mental trauma right now is really bad. But I couldn't have done it. Yeah, I couldn't
There's
have pulled
nothing you
this
could have
off twice.
done. You were going to take basically blind things and then yeah. Yeah, you were going to take unpumpable tests.
This is
Yeah.
The amount of enemies I'm drawing is...
Yeah. All right. So I got hit with the crow, the crowing, and then you got hit with 2 damage, 1 horror.
Or,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So enemy. That's the enemy phase. Oh, and then he jumps back on you.
Yep. I upkeep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Then we're gonna do
Okay.
Doom, 1 of 3, and then your bad card.
My bad card. Flip the cat. That...
Oh my god, dude.
Can't even explain it. Oh my god.
Oh no. How many card enemies are in there?
I don't have any idea. It's gonna be a lot
Yeah.
though. 1? No, that's chess.
I was like,
1,
yeah, it's like all
2, 3, 4,
card. Ugh.
4. So it's a 3.
So it's a foot 3 test. So you're a
Foot
4 to a 3.
test. I can't afford to get rid of any of these things because I need
You
them
need
to
them
have
for
any
the-
chance of this. So I'm up 1.
-4.
Fail. Discard 2 cards at random. Then if I have 2 of your cards, take a damage. This is
Yeah.
happening
This
again.
is, it is happening to us again. Okay.
1, 2. Ironically, that last card's the one that potentially could make a big difference, but we'll see. This is just insane. Okay, well, here we go. I just have to kind of hope and pray. I'm gonna have to rip 1. Just gonna have to pray for a 0 on one of these.
You could also... You could try to do your free evade first and bait out the cat.
Yeah. I could do that. I'll do it on the red rook guy. But that's the thing, right? The only thing that really stops is a +1.
Yeah.
If I get a 0, I would rather use that on the
That's
evade,
true.
right?
That's true. Yeah.
I think I just have to... I'll show you my other plan if I happen to pull one
Okay.
off. If not, then I'm just
Okay.
going to die. So I'm gonna have to try this. So I'm gonna parlay.
Okay.
Perfect.
-5 overall.
-5, remove.
Okay.
Second action, parlay.
Yep.
The only way in which I survive now is I have to get 2 evades off. So I
no,
guess
you're gonna get hit with the crow. You're gonna get hit with the crow at the end of the enemy phase.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
So okay. Well, I'll probably just for hell of it. That sucks so much ass.
I can't believe. Great, of course. One goddamn parlay away.
Yeah.
Right. So you get to choose which damage you want to take.
Because I have Reckless in my deck, I'm gonna. Well, no. Considering I have 1 mind, I guess I should take.
You should take the damage. You should take the physical.
Physical.
Okay. So you took the physical.
That is incredibly irritating. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I died from mental. You died from physical. Ugh. All right. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated. The investigators are completely overwhelmed by the chaotic fighting. Read Resolution 1. The battle has escalated to a war. You are barely able to drag yourself out of the valley as the armies all stampede down the slopes to clash between. You pause a short distance away to recover, and scarcely a minute passes before the din of battle ceases abruptly. You hesitantly and painfully make your way back to the edge of the basin, only to find that the cards and chess pieces have departed. Lying crumpled in the center of the valley are the corpses of Tweedledum and Tweedledee, hands at each other's throats. You swallow grimly and try to recover the rattle pieces from their bodies, but you find them battered beyond recognition. An unfortunate setback, but one you'll have to live with. In your campaign log, record that the Tweedles perished in their bloody battle. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Is it really just the 2? Did we get any location? We got 1. So we have 3.
So 3 total. Okay.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. Okay. If the investigators went down the rabbit hole, proceed to interlude the lion and the unicorn. Okay. The lion and the unicorn. It's difficult to judge how far you've trekked through Wonderland. Milestones and landmarks are few and far between, which makes the finding of an actual road all the more welcome. A simple dirt lane cuts a surprisingly direct path through the countryside. You follow it with anticipation building inside you as the dusty earth transitions to loose gravel and finally orderly cobblestones. You scarcely have the time to hope for any sort of relief before you arrive at the outskirts of a derelict village. It's clear that Garathnika's minions have ripped this town apart. Each stone wall bears the same deep gouges that you've seen from other sites of their attacks. You watch each darkened corner of the village as you walk further into its heart. As you near the center of the town, sounds of a commotion grow steadily louder. You peer around a corner cautiously and gawk at the sight coming from the village square. A lion and a unicorn, standing on 2 legs each and back to back, are fending off an advancing crowd of shadowy beasts. You watch in amazement for several moments as the 2 expertly combat the dark creatures. However, as the din of the combat begins to fade to ambiance, you begin to catch smatterings of conversation from the pair of animals. You're slacking, positively slacking against these fiends. The unicorn calls out from amid the melee. You're going to make us miss the refreshments. Your complaining slows you, the lion retorts with a growl. I fight twice as hard as you ever could. The 2 continue to brawl, glancing with irritation at each other whenever they can spare a glance. You consider that the 2 may have once been rivals before being forced into fighting the shadows together. With each passing second, each works to deliberately put the other at a disadvantage. Their wider swings clip each other, their poor footing trips each other, and their exchanges grow more and more volatile. At the rate that they're destroying their own fighting chances, you only have a small window to act. The investigators must decide. If we don't settle this for them, they're dead meat. Proceeds all for one, one for all. We're not about to risk our necks for these blundering idiots. Skip to every man for himself. Matt, I made the last call, so you can make this call.
I feel like doing something nice, like feeling like somebody's getting a win. So I wanna step in.
You gonna step in?
If we don't settle this, they're dead meat. Yeah. All for one, one.
All for one, one for all. That's the choice, everyone. You decide that the risk of facing down another horde of shadows is worth gaining a few new allies. You rush out from the building and begin pummeling the closest Garothnika's minions. The Lion and the Unicorn regard you strangely, but allow you to join them in standing back to back against the shadows. You bark orders at them to shape up and focus their foes, and while the rivals don't respond verbally, they obey to keep the fight going. You've never seen this many of the shadows attacking in the same spot at once. Their relentless assault doesn't give you an opportunity to consider anything but staying alive, however. Monster after monster hurl themselves at you, clawing and biting savagely, but repelled time and time again. For minutes, the melee drags on until at last the flow of enemies evaporates. You stand raggedly as do the Lion and the Unicorn, utterly exhausted and not a bit bruised from the attacks. Plum cake, the Lion calls out, and the Unicorn echoes his strange demand. This sort of fight deserves a king's refreshment. If you don't have anything to offer the duo, though you do pose them several questions. You may have fought well, but don't think you're anywhere near our mark, the Unicorn brags down to you. The crown must go to one of us, too. Me, to be precise. The Lion scoffs and attempts to rebuff the claim, but you ignore his grumbling. You explain that whatever crown they're fighting for is nowhere to be found. The Black Guards, the Lion snorts, stolen my crown, and they ruined our sport. The Unicorn stamps its hooves in half agreement, calling for the crown. We'll retake the crown and then fight for it once again. See that we don't. You decide not to raise any further objections as long as they've settled on working together against the shadows. The less you have to reason with these mad animals, the better time you'll have. In your campaign log, record 1 tally mark under Strength of Wonderland. In your campaign log, under Wonderland Boons, record the Lion and the Unicorn.
Okay.
And each investigator searches the collection for a random basic injury, curse, or omen weakness, and adds it to his or her deck for the remaining of the campaign, and then we go to guidance from Alice. So, an injury, curse, or omen weakness. Let's do it. Where are they?
Okay. Here? Right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. No. No. Omen. That's me, right? Put the 13th vision into play in the threat area. Investigators at your location fail ties during skill tests. Oh, that is...
Kind of like a -1.
Oh, God. All right. This one's going to me. All right. What are you getting? You got the same one.
Vision. There are technically 2 in there.
Awesome.
Okay.
The 13th vision for both of us. Now we go to guidance from Alice. All right. All right. Well clear of the abandoned village, you try to take your bearings. As before, it's difficult to find any landmarks amid the wide open fields of Wonderland. The ripples of the wind through the tall grass give the appearance of waves of water, until strangely you spot a hint of blue among the pale green. A river begins to wind its way towards you, as if being carved into the land as it traverses the fields. This cannot be another of Wonderland's random occurrences. Your thoughts return to Alice as you change course to follow the riverbank trail, wondering if her influence could create such a stream just like that. In your campaign log, if the investigators went down the rabbit hole, we proceed to Scenario 2F, Fool's Mate. Okay. So that's it. I'm so bummed that we didn't get to see what story was and get that extra 2 VP here.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
So we got 3 VP for that, right?
Yep.
So you have 3. I banked 2 from last time, so I have 5. And you know what time it is. It's time for upgrade. Let's see if we can get this going here.
Give me 15 seconds for a quick battle.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh, everyone. It was this is a couple scenarios that were a little rough. While Matt is taking a bit of a break, I will spin a wheel for Yemen the Guardian. I'm sorry it took me so long till the end of the stream to do this. I hope you forgive me. Here we go. Let's do it. Where's the wheel? Boom. This one's for you, Yemen. Thank you so much for the resub. And Chris is in chat saying Black Ops is built and ready. Breaking news. Very, very excited. And that's a joke that Chris will tell sometime this week. Again, I just want to let everybody know I will not be part of the Tuesday stream tomorrow. I've got some freelance and house things to do, but I will be streaming with Chris on Thursday. Hopefully, cracking packs, getting into that dark tidings. Oh yeah. Chris says I can do it now. Okay. Oh, you can do the joke now. You want to do the joke now? All right, let's do it. Let's do the joke. Everybody, we're doing a joke from Chris, who is in the chat. So let's do it. Hold on. Let's pause this weird ambiance and then all right, this is a joke from Chris. It says, why can't animals go to school? Why can't animals go to school, everyone? Because the school's a zoo. It's a zoo. It's just too crazy out there. Vulps is asking why. Why can't the animals go to school? What is it, Chris? Tell us the answer to this. All right, Chris has a joke here. He said, why can't animals go to school? Because we spun the wheel. Oh, there are too many cheetahs. All right, I'm into it. I'm into it. All right, now that Matt's back, let's do. Do you want to do yours first, or do you want to do mine first?
We'll do yours, but before we do, I just want to point this out in case anyone else hadn't heard this.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard the old term like he's a blackguard or those blackguards?
It sounds familiar, but is it like that's not a very common phrase, right?
No.
Okay.
So, but if you have heard it, right?
Yeah.
Read read the beginning of this last paragraph one more time, and that's where it came from.
The last paragraph. What? Oh, the blackguards? The lion snorts? Wait.
It was a way to say, it was like a lazy way of saying the blackguards.
The
blackguards.
The blackguards. Really?
Like the phrase blackguard, which is like a contemptuous, lazy person, was rooted in the blackguards being pronounced in like a lazy way.
Oh my gosh.
From my research, that's how I understood
lazy
it.
People.
It's always interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually kind of interesting because it's like
in a book, like an audio book, reading it or something at some point, and I was like, I'd heard blackguards, and like now, I mean, people, I think, in the rare chance you see them spell it, is like BLAGGARD or something. But yeah. Anyway.
Very interesting. Okay.
Let's do this draft.
I love I get really into that kind of stuff, like lexicon stuff, like how things evolve.
Yeah.
And I find that like super interesting. Okay. We're doing Marie Limbo with the current taboo list. We are going to select from 4 cards on upgrades. I have 5 XP. I'm saying I prefer high XP. Let's weight it that way. And let's see what we get. So I can get another upgrade. Ooh, I can get another Arcane Studies. I can get a 4-cost Rite of Seeking. I can get a 5-cost Seal of the Seventh Sign or 2-cost Word of Command. So Rite of Seeking is an awesome investigation card. Spend a charge. I get plus. I use Brain. I get +2 Brain. If I'm successful, I gain 2 clues additional. So I can sweep 3 clues. It's not as great in 2-player as it is in like 3 or 4-player because of like the weird number of clues that you pick up. So not sure. And then Seal of the Seventh Sign, Seal the Tentacle, uses 7 charges. If Seal of the Seventh Sign has no charges, or if it leaves play, remove it from the game. Force after a Skull, Cultist, Tablet, or Elder Thing is revealed during a skill test, remove 1 charge. Which could be...
So I think that's really
That's
cool.
actually pretty rad.
Right. It's like it gets rid of the autofail, and considering we get extra autofails, plus like the fact we're playing only 2-player means we're not digging in the bag as fast, so we might not burn through its charges all that fast.
I'm like really leaning towards this. I don't think I would take this under normal circumstances, but the way Scenario's been treating us and the fact that like I am kind of light on Mystic slots to begin with, I am like kind of feeling this thing.
What?
That
is Well, you aren't really light on mystic slots. You have two
Oh,
dogs.
yeah. Well, now
You
that I
have
have the empower
Force,
selves, you're right. Like I got,
you have wither. You have shriveling. I forgot there was a mystic slot.
yeah. I mean, the arcane studies is the one that's like I use this card every scenario, and if I could
That's
upgrade, because I have one upgraded one and one 2-cost one, and I hate the fact that I have a 2-cost one there. Plus, when I pitch this, it gives me 2 brain or 2 book.
Yep.
Part of me says that this will actually do work in my deck. So I think I'm going to grab the upgraded arcane studies, to be perfectly honest. Okay. And I have 3 more left. So I can get an upgraded Storm of Spirits, which is... and I have...
Yeah, it would only cost you.
It would only cost me
XP
2 XP to grab this.
It would only cost you 2 XP.
So I get +2 mine for the attack as well, and does 3 damage to each enemy. It's a really good one. Recall the Future is when a skill test you are performing begins. If Recall the Future is ready, name a Chaos token. If the named Chaos token is revealed during this skill test, exhaust it, you get +2. That's kind of weird. Is that even good? I feel like you have to build around that kind of thing.
For me, I mean,
I'm not feeling it. That's weird.
I've never liked it.
Yeah.
The argument would be this, right? Let's say you know that you're at +3. So the only things that are going to make you fail are the -4 and the elder things, because they're also -4.
Yeah.
Well, then you're removing the 2 elder things for making you fail because of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it does let you eliminate one specific token, which could be 2 tokens in the bag, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm inclined to upgrade my Storm of Spirits just because I have yet to use my dang arcane research, and we're getting low. But the fact that if I get a bad token here during the attack, it's 2 damage to everybody at my location.
It is a 3 damage ability, which is nice too. But the fact that it's 2 damage can be rough.
I'm gonna grab it though because it's only gonna cost me 2. And so I spent 2, so I should have 1 XP left.
Right, so you can click restart, or remember those 2.
Yeah, I'll remember those 2. I have 1 left. Okay. During a skill test on a spell card, exhaust it, you get +2 value. Fight, you get +2 fist. Yeah, I'm gonna bank. I'm gonna bank that last XP. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go to you. Finn's first upgrade path. You have 3. Would you like to weight it towards high?
No, weight it towards low. I've got to actually try to upgrade my deck.
Okay. So here we go. So you will have 4 cards to choose from. 3 XP, preferring low. All right. Derringer, Leo DeLuca, Under Surveillance, and Payday.
I mean, I feel like Leo DeLuca gives me a good ally.
Leo DeLuca is solid.
Good ally. I think I'm very happy to take that. Yeah.
Okay. Manipulate Destiny, Adaptable, Garrote Wire, and upgraded Lockpicks.
Upgraded Lockpicks.
That's an auto. That's an auto pick. Leo DeLuca, Priest of Two Fates, the Moon, and Suggestion. This is actually not bad draft right here for you.
No, 1 XP cards are really good for me. So, I really want to take the Moon, but I really think I should take a second Leo DeLuca. It's so big.
Yeah.
It's so big. Yeah. So I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, that's a tough choice though. But yeah, I think Leo's right. Priest of Two Faces is actually interesting, huh? Add 3 blessed tokens to the bag. At the beginning of the upkeep, you must... Oh, no. Forget it. I didn't read the rest of it.
In the right deck, he could be cool.
Yeah. All right, so you got 2 Leo DeLucas and an upgrade lockpicks. That's solid upgrades. That's such good rogue upgrades right there.
I'm not arguing. Those, I'll take them. I'll definitely take them.
Awesome. All right. Well... And that concludes scenario 6, everyone. Again, super interesting scenario. I definitely like the the sort of warring thing, but man, did we get overrun with like it was very one-sided, all the enemies that we're picking up. Like, and I know that we could have ran over to Tweedled's side and done the action over there to even it out. But it was so far gone. It was like a difference of 4 already that I was like, I'm not going to spend 4 actions evening this out just to like make the cultist token a -2, you know?
Right.
Because like at that point, I think the tablet was out, which was an auto fail. So it's like we're really only affecting 1 token here.
And it would have been like a lot of work for you to do it. Like a lot of work.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think there was anything wrong with that decision. No, that was unfortunate that I drew as many enemies as I did. Because the thing that I was trying to do
What was the plan that you had?
So Narrow Escape is like when you play it, the next action you do gets +2 skill value. So what I could have done is provoked an attack of opportunity, assuming I didn't have too many enemies.
Yep.
So just get a buck, and then played that so that way my next parlay would have gotten +2, and then Narrow Escape also would have been on the Crystalizer, so it would have made like better. But because I drew 19 enemies, I couldn't do it. So if I could have even gotten 1 on there, I just needed to get, if I got 1 big guy off with my free evade, then on that previous turn I had 4 health, so I could have had the 3 guys swing at me for 1 each. I could have taken the hit, and then avoided the last one, and then had a +2 against the final parlay. So
that would have been so sweet, dude. It was just rough. I just feel like if we each had an ally out that could just soak a couple of horror, it would have helped immensely. It was that Crow was hitting us for 1 horror each turn, and we were just already down. And it was just rough. So it's like I feel like if we had just another couple of turns, like I could have like then at least raced over to you, you know, like maybe done something. I don't know. I felt like you being overwhelmed with all those guys and having to pitch cards to like evade and things like that, like it was just ended up being like a waste of like your time, and we just couldn't get enough pump for the parlay test. Again though, this is like that was like your first deck out of the gate non-upgraded. So right,
that's the problem, is the deck is far from efficient. Like Narrow Escape blows, I'm out of here blows. There's a lot of garbage in here, and so like if I could have gotten Streetwise, like that would have been, you know, super big here.
Yeah, totally.
Because then that would have given me pumped both my book and my foot, and then that would have solved any evade I needed. That would have solved the parlay. So I mean, and it costs 0, so I just need to find it. But you know, you only get 1 mulligan. Just kind of have to hope.
Yep. And so so we'll be back. We'll be back. The next scenario will be scenario 7, Fool's Mate. And then we'll only have like 1 more upgrade session before we're on to the last scenario, if we make it there. But I gotta say, man, I feel like Finn held his own on that one. It wasn't your fault you got overwhelmed by enemies. And I thought like you got the Mauser, you had the Thompson, you had the lockpicks, like you had the Crystalizer. I was like, a lot of things are actually moving in your favor there. Like I didn't think that you were too I didn't think you were useless. It was just rough because it's like we just kept getting a bunch of -4s from the bag.
Right.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough pump.
We didn't, and having to pass 4 solid
4 tests is hard. Yeah.
On opposite sides of the board, like I mean, you could have done it because you had your pump.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just really hard for me because I was like top decking because I couldn't spend actions to draw because I had like all the enemies on me too. So it was rough. But hey, at least we got the fragment of Alice. We got reason.
Yes. Yep.
So hopefully all this will come into play at the end, and everybody at least got to see much more of this mission than they did the last.
Yeah. I mean, like we got to the last act. We knew what we needed to, like we were basically there. Like again, like 1 or 2 more turns, like it would have been guaranteed. So
for sure. And I remember really liking the next mission. Like I thought the next mission was really clever and cool, so I'm super looking forward to it, and especially how it feels if it's been like patched and updated a little, because it's already super sick.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Sweet. All right. And I think we're gonna call it there. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Again, if you are watching on live in chat, you can do !Arkham Decks to see our decks on ArkhamDB. You can do !Arkham Draft to see the website that we use to do the draft, which is really, really fun. You should check that out. If you are watching on YouTube, our decks are listed in the description below, as well as the link to the draft website. Like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Leave a comment. We love seeing the comments that you guys have on this game. And let us know if you are playing this or if we've inspired you to check it out. This is a really, really cool campaign. So if you're into Arkham and you've maybe played all the official released side missions and all that kind of stuff, like, give this one a shot. It's really, really cool. We really like it. And I think, Matt, do you have anything else to add before we just sign off for the night?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Again, I mentioned it before. I won't be streaming with Chris tomorrow. He will have something planned. But Thursday, me and him were hopefully, cross your fingers, going to be able to crack some packs, open up our first decks of Dark Tidings, play some Sealed. We're very, very excited about that. Chris also told me over the weekend that Comcast was in his neighborhood fixing some stuff. So there you go. So cross your fingers on that as well. Yeah, Chris in chat says, Ski Snorge. That's right. We're going to do it. The internet works, he says. Awesome. All right. And I think with that, we're going to say peace, good gaming, good night, play lots of games, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Everyone. Bye.